everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Deborah Frankin. Y'all, I'm so excited about being here tonight. It's nothing like getting settled into your own place and just trying to get some things together, or like me, finally finding some ink so I can use my own printer. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, I'm enjoying myself. And right now, it's the little things that make me happy. So I have been able to work in my little home office again, getting things organized, getting things set up. Baby, y'all, it is going to be fire. And on tonight, I got some great guests. I have Sharik Jeff Richardson and Brother Dash, some people that I have got. Y'all, I can't wait to talk to them. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Motivational Moment. Y'all, hey, we already got somebody calling in. I'm so excited. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to Conversations. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Who are we talking to?
Kimberly.
Kimberly. Hey, Kim. How are you doing? We're talking about the process. So what do you want to share with us about your process?
I'm like in the beginning of the steps, so I'm just calling in to listen to hopefully gain some insight on the process.
Oh, awesome. So, Kim, thank you for calling in and for joining in the conversation. So we're going to hang tight, and I want you to call back once we talk to our guests, because you might have something exciting to join in with us. And where are you calling from, Kim?
Orlando.
Woohoo! All right, y'all got some sun right now. Better than what we got weird stuff out here. So, yeah, we look forward to hearing back from you tonight.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, guys, tonight we have been talking, y'all know, for the longest, since January, we've been talking about the process. We've been talking about staying in your lane. We've been talking about celebrating a sister. We've been talking about a whole lot of things. But in the shadows of what just happened in our country nationwide, this whole Kavanaugh thing, y'all, ladies, this tonight's show is going out to all the survivors. This is not your time to hold your head down. This is not your time to be sad. But this is your time to say, hey, we still have a voice and we are going to be heard no matter what comes up. Because we're going to be looking at Proverbs 6:16 and 19. And it states, there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are abomination to him: haughty eyes and lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breaks out lies, and one who sows discord among the brothers. Well, y'all, it's 2 that we know definitely have been in process to this weekend, and it would have to be a false witness who breathes out lies, and most of all, someone that sows seeds of discord. And I have to tell you guys, we can't be sitting around here sowing seeds of discord. And that means sowing seeds of hate, sowing seeds of disbelief, sowing seeds of lies, and not expect them to birth out things that are going to be not healthy for you, the person that is doing the sowing. And then another thing, it says haughty eyes. You know, I had a little problem with haughty eyes. I wasn't sure exactly what that meant, and so I had to look it up. So it says arrogant, superior, disdain. So in other words, y'all, haughty eyes has to go out to those that feel like they are the privileged. When you feel like you're privileged, you feel like you can get away with any and everything. But y'all, in this season, yeah, you might get away with it right now. But let's know that you will reap what you sow. You will have to pay for those things that you've done against people. You will have to pay for hurting someone, whether it be mentally, physically, or even spiritually. You're going to have to pay for that. One thing that I have to tell you is that when you sowing seeds of discord, stop spreading the news that you know that's not your own. Stop spreading stuff that you know that you have no way of backing it up. You know, if you don't have any support for it, don't spread it. You know, and then a lot of times some of us are feeling like people are sowing seeds of discord because you feel like your character is unattacked. You feel like everybody is against you. You feel like everything that you're trying to do and nothing is working out the way that it should. But I will tell you this, guys, it is a part of the process. When you look at the process that everything that you have to go through, you have to look at that. Sometimes I do have to hit that brick wall. Sometimes I have to go at it alone. Sometimes I have to sit back and just wonder what is going on. But in the meantime, I have to respect the process. Because, guys, I told you, I went through this season of darkness when I felt like nothing was going right. I felt like I couldn't see one way or the other. I had people coming at me left and right. I had people saying things about me that weren't even true. But then my favorite response to that, and I want you to share it as well. Talk what you know, not what you think. But talk what you know and not what you think. Because when you talk what you know, you can say it more than one time. When you talk what you know, you can do what you got to do whenever you have to do it. When you talk what you know, you can stand flat-footed in front of anybody whenever anything is going on. Because then you know that you're standing on a solid foundation. And sometimes in this season of your process, you have to know that you may have to go it alone. You may have to do the moving alone. You may have to live alone. You may have to go to the movies alone, go to dinner alone. But guess what, guys? It's okay. Because how can you be found if you're always in a crowd? Because if you're always in a crowd, that means that something is hovering over you. How can you be in a crowd and no one can see you? So sometimes you have to go in the store and do things alone. It's okay. It's okay, guys, to do it alone. How can you do things? And then you always got to be open for change. When you're open for change, then things can happen even more. And then when you look at things and you're saying, okay, why am I getting turned down for this? Why am I getting turned down for that? So guess what? Maybe God has a different plan for you. I'm going to tell you something that I hadn't shared with anybody. Well, I did. I had to tell my best friend. I kept getting turned down for stuff. And I'm like, why are they turning me down? My credit score's gone up. I got the money. I make more money. Why am I getting turned down? And then, guess what? I went to the mailbox and there was a check. And I said, okay, God, that's what you wanted me to do. You didn't want me to get it on credit. You wanted me to get everything that I needed to pay cash for it. And I was like, oh, my God. And then somebody that had told me no called and said, Miss Franklin, we made a mistake. Your information had gotten crossed with somebody else's. So if you got to trust the process, because, again, in that situation, I could have been mad. I could have been haughty. I could have been feeling some kind of way. I could have started treating people differently. I could have just went into a state of depression, because rejection is rejection no matter where it comes from. You have got to learn to trust the process and dwell where you have to dwell. Guys, if nothing else, I want to motivate you in this season to just be open for change, and bottom line, trust yourself. Trust yourself in everything that you do. Trust yourself in every decision that you make. Trust yourself in every connection that you make. Trust yourself in the decisions that you may make about your job, the decisions you may make about where you live, decisions that you make about what you drive. Yes, I said it. Be you and do you and love you, and most of all, trust yourself. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining us for Motivational Moment. We'll be right back with our first guest. everybody, and welcome back to Conversations with Deborah Frankin. Y'all, I know that you noticed that we are wearing pink pins tonight, and that's about being a survivor. Yeah, my mom is a cancer survivor. I'm so excited about that because this actually marks her 1 year of being cancer free. So that is exciting. So we have our first guest that's Skyping in with us. Her name is Dr. Richardson. I'm so excited about having her here. I'm sorry, it's not Dr. Richardson. Is it Dr. Richardson? Well, she'll correct me when we bring her on. Miss Richardson, are you with us?
I'm here.
Hello. Looking beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So you are a founder of Digital Innovations Media Group. That sounds exciting. So exactly what do you do at Digital Innovation Media Group?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. Digital Innovation Media Group, we specialize in web design and social media marketing, and I also personally coach women on sales coaching since my background is also in sales, and I know that we as women definitely need to be more encouraged, more empowered when it comes to earning our worth and knowing our worth.
Exactly. And I have to totally agree with you. And so what do you find that some of your biggest challenges with working with women, especially trying to get them out of that mindset of not knowing their worth?
Well, that's where we all begin, is the mindset, because that's the first step we go, because a lot of them don't think their worth. They have that worth and money that they really should be charging. They're undercharging, they're charging hundreds, but they should be charging thousands. And some of them have 20, 30 years of experience, and they just need to come out of that mindset and break that wall down to know that you can charge $2,500 or $3,000 for a skill that you are obviously an expert at.
Wow, and I never thought about that because I know I went through some of the same issues when I got a coach. It was like she was like, that's what's wrong with you. You don't want to charge people. I was like, you don't think about it, and then you don't think about, because sometimes it's our gift. Our gift is usually, and then it's like, I'm sorry. I know I'm a church girl. I had to really start bringing home that scripture that says your gift shall make room for you. And when I started to put that in my mind, that's when I started to see myself being okay with, for lack of a better statement, asking for the money.
Exactly. And I can definitely speak to that too. I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor's wife. Yeah, you have to ask for it. If you go to my website, my favorite scripture is on my footer, and that's leaning not to your own understanding.
Yes.
But trust in God. So you may think that you're not worth it, but the reality is God put you in this place for a reason. You are worth it. And He's giving you skills to use it.
And you know what? And I love it because, so many times when we take those, let's say, our spiritual gifts assessments, we don't want to trust what the assessment says. And what I always talk to, I guess, my classes that I teach with spiritual gifts is that a lot of times your gifting is actually what your profession is. How do you deal with that as well?
Well, for that, I think coming to that realization that if you know it's something that you're meant to do, and what really helped me when I struggled with that, and I was doing the right thing, this past December, I just really stopped and just said, God, what do you want me to do? Because
wow.
I can find myself getting stuck and going around in circles, but I had to go back to basics and say, well, what do you want? And that's when He led me into the skills that I have already. So you have skills that I've given you that are lying dormant because you're doing this over here because someone told you that that's what you should be doing. And once I stopped to really focus on my gifts and realized that the world did not fall apart if I wasn't posting 5 times a day.
Right.
Okay, social media, life did not end, but actually the opposite began. I began to get great opportunities. I began to meet great people, all because I was walking in alignment with that gift.
Awesome. And now you said something earlier, and I have to jump back on it. You said that you were a pastor's wife. So how do you help change the mindset of the good church girl that feels like the church gonna fall apart if I'm not there. I'm sinning if I'm working in my business. The Lord is not gonna bless me if I'm not there. From when the door open, when the door closed, I got to be at every meeting. I got to be at every service. I got to lay hands on everybody, especially if they are a minister. How do you help change that mindset?
Well, it's all part of educating the people that's at the church. I make sure that I do what I feel that God's called me to do, and that's working with the children. But I will say this: when I first, when we got our first church, I was that yes woman because I wanted to be at every woman. I didn't want them to think that their pastor's wife was just there, just sit on the second pew and just smile, or whatever. But I really wanted to be of service. But I had to really look at it and say, okay, am I doing this for them? Or am I doing this for God?
Wow, say that one more time. Say that one more time. You're going to say that again, Miss Richardson.
Because it's true. I mean, I call her my mentor, and for First Lady mentor, she's like, everything you do in that church, you're doing it for the Lord.
Right.
You're not doing it for the people. So if you just sit there and do what you think is expected of you, because I always tell people, I don't wear hats, I don't play the piano, I don't sing. So
right. I love it. I love it. You squashed all those stereotypes. I love it. Love it. Love it. Now, with the social media, what are 3 mistakes women are making in their social media presence?
Number 1, they're not being consistent.
Wow.
They are not balancing the time. They're not using the tools that are present that show you how to make sure that you're being visible in a smart way. Another thing that we're not doing, that mistakes that they're making, is they're not really sharing their true message. We have so many gifts, but we feel like we're bragging if we talk about our accomplishments and we talk about the results that we got for our clients and whatnot. So you're concealing and hiding the gift that you really should be showing to audience. So that's how you get people. They want to know, do you have the skills? And I would say the third thing is, with social media, is we know that it's great to be social, but how do you approach people when you make sales? How to build relationships? It's not just about buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. It's about getting to know the people that you're trying to attract first and solving problems and being of service before someone can see you as someone to work with.
Wow. So basically you're saying you got to have a personality after you have a post.
Yes. I mean, use Messenger. I mean, reach out to people, but don't just throw your product in their face. Get to know who they are.
Right.
Start conversations. And that's the work that it takes to begin that whole side of social media that you don't see, is the actual conversations with people who really do need your products, getting to know them and talking to them beyond just a comment or a like in the post.
Wow.
If I can do one more thing.
Go ahead.
We live and die by comments and likes on our posts, but one thing I always say, they don't pay the bills.
Whoop.
Their clients do. So don't feel like you're out here just trying to chase comments and likes. What you need are those relationships and things that you're getting offline.
Most definitely, because I think sometimes people just have a fear of reaching out, and it's like it really and truly seems like the inbox is the safest place. What do you think? How do we get over the fear?
I mean, you really just have to do it. Honestly, I mean, I'm an introvert, so I always tell people, I'm an introvert who went into sales. And so I would say, if I can do it, you can do it. It really starts off with someone, they say they like your post. You send them, hey, thank you for liking my post. Thank you or I saw, your post in a group that you made and a group that you're both in. And I just want to tell you that I really like it. Something like that. It can be something very simple as that. You're starting a conversation, you're either thanking them or you're acknowledging something that you saw in their post, and you're just starting a conversation. Something that you would do normally.
Awesome. Yeah. Because I've seen myself doing it more and reaching out. And a lot of times, like you said, a lot of women in business don't use the tools, because sometimes you could just pop up an invite or pop up a question just to see how you can start a conversation with someone else. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people are missing.
Exactly. I mean, it's all about making sure that you are building a network and building a healthy CRM, customer relationship management system, that You know who your leads are. If someone's interested, if they're a no, is that no and not yet, or is it a strict no? And to kind of have a way to go back and follow up. And that's one thing else, follow up. Making
Yes.
sure that you're
Wow.
keeping that conversation going.
Right, right. Follow up is key. So many times we get the sale and we never talk to the people ever again. If something
Right.
changes, we don't ever say anything. And I think that goes down to that whole lack of customer service. And we don't tend to operate in good customer service.
Right. Exactly. And that's all part of sales, all part of any business.
Yes, and we're going to make a little segue right into the other things that you do, because when I saw the web design, and here we go again, women are getting into the web, to their websites and to their Facebook pages and to their Instagram pages. So, what makes a good web design? Is it just the color, content, links, making sure that it's up, making sure that it's right? What makes a really good web design for somebody that's getting into the business or that's just changing? Or I'm just going to turn that over to you.
Sure. Yes. What makes a great web design is, number one, you want to make sure that your website is working as hard as you are. You want your
Ooh.
website to be like your salesperson, so you want to make sure that you have a lead magnet on there. You want to make sure you have a way to capture emails. You want to make sure, like, I have a chat box on mine. So it helps me have a conversation, even if someone goes to my website in the middle of the night, they're having some type of engagement. You want to make sure that people know right off the bat what you do, what problems you solve, and who you help. So you want to make sure that it's, as far as presentation sake, really knowing your audience for one.
Mm-hmm.
Like my website for my old employer, Duke. I wanted a website, since it's a cancer clinic. I wanted a website for them that, number one, the color, even down to the color, does it give a feeling of calm? Because these are cancer patients.
Yeah.
You want to feel reassured. You want it to be very easy as far as finding out the doctor's information, finding information. You don't want them to spend so much time trying to navigate. So your navigation should be very simple. It should be very easy for the person to go to your website and get the information they need. Having a blog, having social media links, things like that, that help someone know exactly what you do, who you serve, and also how you can help them, educate them.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And since you are in the business of empowering women, I cannot end our segment without asking you your views, your thoughts, not to be extremely political, about the Kavanaugh hearings and how that went down. As a woman, how can we encourage women, especially now with more women going into the workplace, being executives, more women starting their own businesses and being independent? Do we have to be operate in fear because we go into an office with a man? Do we have to start opening the door for everything that we do? What are your views with the vote and how things went down, and what words of encouragement could you give any women at this time that may have experienced this in their lifetime?
Yeah, well, first I want to say I'm disappointed, of course, but unfortunately I wasn't surprised. It was kind of predicted that he was going to get that position. But as a woman who's been through, I have not gone through that, but if I would say something to a woman who has experienced that, I would say that don't let this define who you are. That just because people like that are in power doesn't mean that this particular incident, sorry,
no worries,
that this particular incident should define who you are. As far as just trying to be a woman who's trying to grow and build, I would not give up hope, and I would not give in to fear. For God said, He doesn't give us a spirit of fear.
Most definitely.
Love and a sound mind. So I would not give in to that, but instead always have a way that you can do things like, starting a business. If you're executive and you're seeing that, experiencing that, look at how you can transfer those skills to where you're more in control of your destiny, you're more in control of your environment. Maybe looking at that and seeing where else it's being used so that you're not in that position. But yeah, it's disappointing, and it's not, it's a loss for women. But I wouldn't say that it's a total loss. We always have opportunities where we can help and empower each other and build networks of women where we can support each other and collaborate. I, for one, have always been a believer in that. I do it myself. I partner with amazing women in the podcast. We work together on each other's coaching programs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing to lift each other up, and you find that you learn and you grow through that whole experience. So yeah.
That's amazing but you know what? I still have to say and still have to stand on the ground that Anita Hill opened the door. And it opened up a little bit, and I feel like she has opened the door just a little bit more. So the next time we go through this, they're going to have to do a better investigation than what they did this time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think she gets enough credit. She definitely is the first who was brave enough to talk about what she experienced. And even though he was still confirmed, we still believe her, we still support her, and we, let women know that it's okay to come forward and that we got your back.
And one thing I do have to say, this definitely proved that it wasn't a black thing or a white thing. This was a woman thing. And so women have to unite. This is our time to look over everything that we're going through, everything that's happening, and we have to unite as one, because they have just proven that the boys club doesn't have a color code. Yes, indeed. Well, Miss Richardson, we have come to an end of our segment. So how can we find you, or what closing remarks would you like to give to everyone that's watching live on Listen Vision as well as live on Facebook?
Well, you can find me I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Facebook, my business page is Digital Innovation Media Group. Instagram, I'm at Digital Marketing Works, because I do believe it does. My website is digitalinnovationmsandmary.com, and there you'll find information about me and about my business and how we help you. And any closing remarks I would say is just to take your business seriously across the board, to make sure that you're being visible, consistent, and make the investment. If you're too busy to be, to market yourself and put your best foot forward, definitely invest in someone who can get you out there and help you get more customers, get more money.
Oh, you said something really good. Invest in someone else that can help you go forward. That right there is a mouthful. Yes, indeed. That was a mouthful. I totally understand what you're saying with that. And then I have one other thing, is that how did you find out about Conversations?
I actually saw you on Facebook. And so I was really intrigued, and then I applied, and I was lucky enough to be selected as a guest. But I definitely love your platform, and I love your spirit, your energy, and so I'm very honored to be a guest here.
Oh, thank you. And I said that because you know what, guys? This is the power of social media. Sometimes you have to take the chance, take the leap, and just start to communicate, because you just never know where that may lead, what type of partnership or who you may meet, because sometimes you just got to do it. You got to step out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And we want to thank you so much for finding us, for connecting with us, and we greatly appreciate you, and we hope to see you again. Love you to life, honey. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. our last conversation was just amazing. So women, you got to unite. Women, you got to start using your social media as your back office. Ladies, stop just posting your pictures and start inboxing some people. If you got questions, ask questions. Hey, go to Conversations with Deborah Franklin. If you want to be a guest, we have the link for the jot form to be a guest. All you have to do is click on our information, because guess what? The first step into marketing your business is learning how to get out there. And then if you're unsure, another service that we offer with Conversations is media coaching. Because a lot of times, now I'm stuttering. I'm so sorry. But as a media coach, we talk about how to do interviews, how to speak in front of the camera, how to get the interview, how to develop your brand statement, how do people know who you are, and how do you communicate about what you're doing. And that's one of the services that we offer, because y'all, I'm sorry, it's a digital world now. People want to know what you look like. They want to know how you sound. They want to know what you do. They want to be able to call and talk to you personally about your business and know they want to know you. Because I'm sorry, I'm guilty as well, because I'm not a big fan of social media, but I'm learning to use it and use it for what I need to, and use it for the purpose of growing and expanding our message and expanding our platform, because that's how we got started. We just started doing Facebook Lives, and the next thing we know, we were now in the studio. So you just never know how your platform is going to grow and grow and grow, but you just making that first step. Well, all right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed Miss Richardson. Get ready for Brother Dash right next. Yes, we are back, y'all. We ready for part 2 of Conversations. We got somebody. Now, this particular guest, I did not meet on social media. We actually met in person at an event that we both share a love of, and that's a love of books. And he's an author. I'm an author. We connected at this particular event, and he inboxed me talking about, I want to come on your show. I said, well, look, I didn't even realize. Now, this is the crazy part. I didn't even realize we had an opening. So I shot it over. The next thing I know, he on the list to be on the show. So I was like, hey, it all works out. You just never know what's going to happen. And I'm getting ready to bring on Brother Dash. Are you here with me?
I am here with you.
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
It's only been, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's twice in 1 month.
I know, right?
I'm a lucky one.
Look at you. Look at you. Y'all, we were at BAR, Black Authors and Readers Rock Weekend. So he had his table there. He's an author. So you know what? I'm not going to do all the talking. You tell them about you.
Okay. Well, as you introduced, I'm Brother Dash, and I write romantic suspense and mystery. Have 2 books out now. The first one is The Donor, When Conception Meets Deception. And
When what? Say that again.
So my first novel, my debut novel, came out in 2016. It's called The Donor, When Conception Meets Deception. So I've got a little tagline.
Yeah, I need to know the tag because see, when conception meets deception, that means whoever you were sleeping with, you didn't know who it was, and you just ended up having a baby.
And you gotta read the book, but
don't be trying to set me up.
Well, the tagline for it is, in order to keep his secret past from destroying his perfect lie, the man who has it all will be blackmailed into repaying a debt, but not with money, with his body.
Oh, shucks. I think somebody in the studio has read this book because they over here giving me the amen corner. So you got a fan in the audience. So I'm going to have to, she going to have to post some stuff real quick because she like, yeah. Oh, shook it now. So that's okay. So now I'm gonna have to check out this book. Oh yeah. So you should have sent me that one, cause then we'll talk about that offline. Anyway.
That book, like I said, came out in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
My debut novel. I mean, I started as a spoken word artist.
Gotcha.
And after doing poetry for almost 15 years, mostly in the U.S., Canada, and out in the U.K. Did a lot of shows out in the U.K. My creative spirit was just moving towards doing that long form writing, storytelling. And that's what started this process of being an author and my first novel, The Donor. So, just really excited to be, in this space amongst, veterans like yourself
Honey, I ain't no veteran. But I'll take it. Thank you.
Hey, wear that cloak proudly.
I'm gonna look. Let me put on my crown. You don't play, because I'll put on some stilettos and make it happen, honey. See, that's why you play too much. That's why you should have came in the studio, because when I saw you did spoken word, I was like, oh, I was going to set the stage up. And then when I get here, they're like, he going to Skype. I said, that's all right. You're going to make sure you come and visit us the next time you in town. So I do have some book questions for you. So it says that you, especially for people that, you've been in the game, this is your third or fourth novel now?
So I'm writing my third one now.
Okay.
The second one, so I think I'm on video. Let me see. So the first one is, The Donor.
Right.
Okay. And then the second one starts a new series. And this is called Sweet Mojo. I think I sent you guys a photo of that. And that starts the Mojo series of books. So this is going to be a trilogy.
Did you send that to Conversations, or did you send that to the T?
I thought I sent it to both.
Okay, but I think you sent that to the T. But that's another story that we'll talk about later. Hey, look, I just got to do what I do, because the light bill still got to be paid, honey. I'm doing the best I can. Now it says, especially now, you're in your second novel, and and I know we have some budding authors that are watching us tonight, and you are an Amazon bestseller. What was your key to becoming an Amazon bestseller? What tips could you give somebody, especially in the genre that you're writing?
Right. So. First thing I say, the number one tip, that I have for writers is to write. And, you'd be amazed at how many people are over here thinking about how they're going to market and, how, I'm going to do my social media and should I advertise and, I need a press kit and I need a publicist and I need this and I need that. And they spend months and months and months ideating on all of that. And you ask them, well, where's your manuscript? I haven't finished it yet.
Right.
That's number one thing. Write your book. Write your book. So that would be the first tip. After that, I would say a couple of things that helped me. With The Donor, both of my novels are Amazon bestsellers. But with The Donor,
well, excuse us, both novels are Amazon bestsellers. Y'all see, I'm gonna talk to the Facebook people. All his books are Amazon bestsellers. That's what he just told us.
So with the first book, with the donor, when I released it in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
we did okay. It sold some copies, but it had a different cover. Okay, it was kind of an abstracty kind of a cover.
Mm-hmm.
People, some people liked it, some people didn't. It didn't hit the Amazon bestsellers list at that time. And then I got some feedback from folks who read it, and there were some things that they felt that I should have done differently, whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take that feedback. So that's my second tip. Take in feedback. Be open. Don't, get rid of that ego. Okay?
Ooh, that's major.
Don't be, Erica Badu, I'm sensitive about my ish, right?
Right.
Don't be so sensitive. Okay? Take that feedback in. And once I did that, I revised the novel.
Mm-hmm.
I got rid of the cover, got a brand new cover. Went from, this sort of purple and black cover to this kind of bold red, kind of popping out. Had people on the cover this time instead of something abstract, so you get a little bit of an idea as to the flavor.
Yeah, because it's kind of smoky.
Yeah.
That cover's hot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know how it is. As someone who's been in the industry, they say, don't judge a book by the cover. Well, that's exactly what people do.
Exactly.
Judge your book by the cover. So you got to have a killer cover. So once I revised it, changed the cover, and the biggest thing I did with my revision that I'll throw out there for authors, initially the donor started a little slowly. It started with a lot of a narrator, okay. But what I did was I had a suggestion from a reader. A reader told me you should start the novel with that big argument that happens later in the book. Put that first. Put that first. That is going to grab people. That is going to hook them. And once I did that, went to the Amazon bestsellers list.
Look at you. So basically, the biggest thing is that you learn to accept criticism, constructive criticism. And, and I think that's one of the keys, especially when that's your first book, that's your first baby. You don't want to hear nothing. So what was one thing that you did to help, in other words, swallowing your ego? It's easier said than done. But what did you do personally to help that ego kind of sway out and, kind of get it together?
Well, one of the things that I did was I did a book club. Okay. And, so this book club, everyone in the book club bought the book. Everyone in the book club read the book. And when I came in to speak for them, they were kind of, nice in the beginning and, being, how it is. Everybody wants to be nice or whatever.
Right.
And I told them, I said, listen, this is my first book. I want to be not just an okay author, not just a good author. I want to be a great author. The only way that I can be great is if you stop, being sweet with, the cupcakes and the candy and just give it to me hard. I want to know what you did not like about this book. Don't tell me what you liked about it. Tell me what you did not like about it. And then they started spitting it out, and that's how I was able to get that feedback because people tend to they don't want to hurt your feelings.
Right.
Right? So I said, no, don't spare anything. Let me have it. And, and they did. They liked the book.
Right.
Okay? And they said that I could write up a good author, but these are some things that you need to do to really make this a great book. And so that's what you need to do as an author is just calm down. And you know what it is? Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Right? That's the key thing. Look at it as they're giving you feedback that will help you in your craft.
Right.
Okay? They're not out to hurt your feelings. It's nothing personal. It's all about they want your readers want you to succeed. Okay? So you just gotta be open and take that in. And once I did that, like I said, the book did really it's still doing well.
Good stuff.
It's still doing well. So I've been blessed and I'm just gonna keep moving, keep it going.
That is amazing. So one thing that I do have that I always like to ask authors, I mean, when it comes down to making the changes, what are some of your writing strategies? Because I know we always say just write, but writing in the morning, writing 5 hours a day, 2 minutes a day. What is some of your writing strategies?
Well, one of the things that I do is I figure out when am I creatively at my best, and what time of the day. For me, it tends to be late morning up until late afternoon. Once it gets into the evening and nighttime hours, that's not that's not good for me. I don't write at my best. So what I do in those times, those evening hours, that's when I will do my research for marketing, and that's when I'll do the business side. So have your writing side and have your business side.
Whoa, pause. That was key right there, because to me, you just split both worlds. So how do you split both worlds? Because a lot of times, I want to be a writer, but I don't think about the business of it.
Oh, you got to. You got to. I mean, I don't care whether you're going to be an indie author, which, a lot of people use the word self-published. I prefer the term indie author. Just like
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm an indie author. Yes, that sounds a little bit more PC.
So whether you're an indie author or you have a publishing deal, you're still going to have to market the book. It's not enough to just get everybody wants to get their books in bookstores, and that's fine. How do you get it out of the bookstore?
Wow.
To have your book in the bookstore, you want to get it out of the bookstore, and that's where the business part comes in and the marketing. So you just got to sit down and you hunker down and you divide your day and you think about that and say, okay, well, when am I best at writing? When am I best at doing that business marketing end? And if I'm just not good as a business person, then get some people on your team who are.
Exactly.
Get some help. It's okay to get help. So that's one thing. When it comes to the writing part, I don't have like a target word count per day. That's not my thing. I don't say, okay, I gotta write 1,000 words today or 500 words or whatever. I need to be productive in doing some type of writing every day. Whether that's actually writing some text, some dialogue, whatever, or it could be outlining. I'm an outline writer. So I outline the beginning, middle, and end of my books. Okay? And so that gives me a skeleton, so that gives me a plan. So maybe you're just outlining that day. Maybe you're doing that. Or you don't have to write in a sequence. So a lot of how I write, I might just get inspiration to write some dialogue that I don't know where it's going to fit in the book. I just know that this is just going to be a good scene. So I'll just write that scene, and I'll figure out later where it's going to go. So
right.
Do something, every day so that you're being productive and you're not one of these writers who've been writing the same book for 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah. Because so many times people do fall into that hole. And, just really quickly before we jump off, and I do want us to talk a little bit more about your book, but I also want you to talk to men authors. We don't have a lot of men that are writing anymore, because it used to be we had like a whole spread. Now y'all are few and far between. What do you say to that genre? Where the men at? Where the brothers at?
That's a great question. I wish I had an answer for it. I can tell you where this man is.
See?
I don't know about some of these other brothers, but I would say to male authors who are out there, because as you know, this is a very woman heavy market in terms of writers and also in terms of readers. And maybe some men are intimidated by that. I say, don't be intimidated by that. Look at that as an opportunity, because there are so few men in these genres. maybe you're going to be able to bring in perspectives that don't exist in the market right now.
Wow.
To be able to do that. So you're going to be able to look at it as, I have something to offer, benefit, value to you as a reader that maybe you're not getting from other writers because they're women and they're writing from what they know. They're writing from, there's nothing, you write from what you know.
Right.
Or learn what you don't know. Learn. So I would say to men, don't be intimidated. Write from what you know, and just get out there in the market. Just write it and put it out there. And if there's somebody for your book. There's somebody out there. Now I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of somebodies, but get it out there and do your thing. That's what I would say to men. Just do it.
I understand. I hear you, and I hear you. Now, tell us, just give us a brief synopsis of this book, or which book do you want everybody to go out and get? Tell us, what book should we go get, and why, and where we can find it?
Okay. Well, it's always good to start with my first book. The reason why I say that is because all of my novels, even if they're not a part of the same series, they exist in the same universe. So, I write everything exists in the same universe. So you might have a character from one book just happens to pop up in another book, and that'll be a nice little Easter egg for you, as a reader. So I would say, start with the donor when conception meets deception.
Hold it up. Get it into the camera real good. Bring it over just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. The donor. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, got it. They in the kitchen. Okay, yeah, y'all. The donor. They in the kitchen, y'all, on the cover. So we're going to talk about that another time. All right.
First, like I said, it's about, the protagonist is a great guy. He's handsome. He's 6'3". He's well-built. He's a professor at Brooklyn University, which is, a university I made up. I'm originally from Brooklyn, so I have it set in New York. He's a wonderful guy. He mentors at-risk youth. He's basically the man every woman wants and the man every man wishes they could be.
Gotcha.
The problem is his whole world is built on a lie.
Wow.
And one day that lie comes knocking on his door with a demand to repay a debt. And that the debt that he's being asked to repay is he's being asked to become a sperm donor. But not an anonymous one.
Wow.
He has to be a natural, real deal sperm donor for women who are willing to pay for this service. And there's a reason why they want that natural, kind of process in order to have a child. He doesn't want to do that.
Wow. Now that sounds like something we're going to have to go out and get. So tell us real quickly, how can we find you? Where can we get the book? Because that service sounds like something that probably is going on anyway. So how can they get in touch with you?
So my website is brother-.com. All right. And brother is spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled, not brother or brother or brother, whatever. Brother-.com. And you can also find it on Amazon. You just type in my name, Brother Dash, type in the donor, and the book will pop up. You can get it, right on Amazon.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, it was good seeing you again. It was great talking to you tonight, and I'm so glad that you joined us. So love you to life. Hope to see you again. Well, I know I'll probably see you again. We've been running around in some of the same circles. So it was good having you. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Well, all right, guys, we are ready. I hope that you enjoyed our guest tonight. Love you to life. It's been fun. It's been real. But make sure you're following us on Facebook. Like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Everything is Conversations with Deborah Franklin. All right, y'all. Love you to life. Have a great one.